2 16s, a 9, an 8, and a 12.
Oh. Come on.
Okay.
Fuck.
Bard is like
Eight,
with
12.
decision,
12.
right?
Alright.
That's not bad.
One more. Last roll.
Or like acting or
Come on, big wins. I need
13.
12.
in one
Okay,
of my
this is
campaigns
better
I play,
than
I play a
I think
bard
average.
that's
No great
like a
numbers.
Mine is pretty close to what I can get with point buy.
Yeah, pretty cool.
It's okay.
He doesn't talk though.
I want to eventually play a bard
So-
that is.
They're good roleplay wise.
Well, yeah. I just want her to write haikus.
Oh, there you go. Perfect.
Yeah.
And
So I want everything to be a haiku.
there's a studio.
That's gonna be Bard is gonna deal with my magic.
there's a studio
Usually I'm a
Ghibli one.
rogue, but
Oh, that's what I am. That's what she was.
Mm-hmm.
There's a Studio Ghibli like by 1985 games in D&D, and I'm playing like it's like a paddle druid is their special one, so you can control
Really?
paddles.
I love Studio Ghibli.
Alright,
And I named it
yeah, so
Oogway,
we're
'cause Oogway. Yeah, that's what my character looks like.
Is Oogway?
Yeah, I'm going for
Oh,
Bard.
Studio Ghibli. For this
Oh.
campaign.
Should I
Where
go
did you
for?
have that?
Should
That's
I
fun.
do another one?
What do you mean?
Like,
Multi-class?
yeah,
But you could.
I don't know.
I'll probably stick with one for now.
You
And
can
then
always
when you-
multi-class
Yeah,
later.
if you feel like you don't like it, you can roll like
Okay.
standard.
So this isn't terrible.
No, I think you got pretty close to what you get with point buy now.
Right.
Anyways.
It was like pretty much like right down the middle. I got an 8, 10, bunch of 12s, and a 15.
Should I do a drum?
So
No.
yeah.
You got 2 18?
Two 16s.
16. Dang.
Then a 13, 12,
Yeah, I'm
9,
gonna
and
do
8.
drum.
Yeah, so
I
yeah,
don't
yours is
know
definitely a little bit more
like
like
the other ones.
polarizing. Good numbers, good rolls and bad rolls.
What are these other things? I don't know what they are. Another instrument, so wait.
Ask her. She's the instrument wizard.
Sorry, what?
Not me.
Then we start with 2 green items.
A war
I
gong.
believe so, yes.
Oh, I didn't know that.
2 green
Or
items, but
bar.
only one of them
A
could be a
lot of those are
weapon.
pretty
I think
archaic.
was the rules.
Yeah, some of them are just like.
Choose one
Or
that you
only
do not.
one could be a weapon or armor. The other had to be like
I say,
a.
if you, I don't know, I don't
Some
recognize
other
that one. I
item.
remember looking at a bard once and going, what in the?
Or you could have like.
Sometimes you look them up and you don't know the name, but you know what it looks like.
Well, yeah, well sometimes.
Because I have
Well, a lot of them I'm
bag
like,
of
that's
holding
not
and grams of
practical.
thievery.
Like, please,
Bagpipes.
please pull out your
Bagpipes.
schwam in the middle of a battle to make everyone feel
My
better.
character.
Or the war
I'm
gong.
carrying a dulcimer with me the whole time, just
I don't
setting
know
it
what
down.
clarinet is.
They're like a
That's one of the. That is one of the instrument options in D&D Beyond is
Hold
a
on.
dulcimer,
Really?
which is
Yeah,
crazy that
I
that
remember
exists.
because I made
Do you
myself
think I
a
should
bard
do
for
fairy or
something,
should
and I
just
was
do
like,
human? She's technically
please technically.
Which one will you have more fun with? You'd be the only fairy,
And she was a
but human is.
I don't even think the fairies in this are tiny though. They're just small, right?
That's small.
So they're like 2 feet tall, something like that.
I mean, that's pretty dominant.
Yeah, but they're not like.
Classified.
The character I'm basing her off of, she's a human, but she's very kind, which means she's just friendly.
She's
So these
fairy
are bird
kind.
types.
Oh my gosh.
Like she's queen of the fairies, but she's
Ooh,
human.
okay.
She's not queen, she's
We'll do the
the
bird
queen
type.
granted her like special power.
She saved the fairy.
She did.
I was trying to
She
look.
drank the cow's milk and then
I
she
wonder
could
what
see
the
them
guitar
on the
was
magical
then.
farm,
Someone
and then
with
she
like
could
a
hang
guitar.
out with them.
She's slightly.
Yeah.
Slightly.
Exactly.
You know what's already?
Yeah.
Did you read those?
The Fablehaven books?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, I didn't realize you read them.
She has a pixie dust.
Yeah, it's Kendra.
Yeah. That's funny.
Oh.
But so it is
So,
like a player
drum
as a human
loop
or as a
bird
fairy.
Ooh, that's skill.
Do you have any?
I think if the whole point is that she got given special powers, you would play human, right?
Yeah.
Or you do Tasha's custom lineage, and then just say she's like a half and half.
Performance.
There's a custom customization option. Tasha's.
There's only
Tasha's
certain
culture.
approved
It's a-
items as well, so
Yeah.
that's something to be.
I don't know what should I go for?
You said what,
Should I go
Colin?
for-
There's certain
Yes.
approved items.
Well,
For
Oh,
he doesn't
no,
have access
wait.
to any of
Where do
this.
we
Are
find that
these
list?
I just sent
I'm
it back
gonna
into the
call
chat.
him look.
Okay.
I just know because I spent like I talked with you for like I felt like 30 minutes about it because I was like, well, what about this? Can I do this? Can I? Do that? And I was like, I'll do.
The whole thing with document
Okay.
that just has
Are
the
those- is that
connection to
It.
player guide will help build.
I think that's it. There's only one.
So are you going human?
I definitely
I think
have
so.
everything again. I can send it to me, but
There's level requirements, so yes, you can take. I didn't have it listed in the rules. I will say you can start with something that's uncommon in the uncommon lists. Just
go
one
for
something.
Oh, I
Oh,
thought you
only
had
one.
two.
Yeah, right?
Okay.
Maybe this link doesn't
Sorry.
work.
Should I go for no?
I gotta move everything.
Be like Draco Malfoy.
So,
Should
only
I be like
one
Draco Malfoy?
Uncommon.
He's
So
my
we
fa-
only have
yeah, he's my
one
favorite
thing
character in Harry Potter.
What
Yeah.
is it?
Yeah.
we get to take.
Potter. You know what? I'm
Okay.
going for noble.
So only one item from that list, correct?
Higglesworth looks like
Yes.
a
So
that we all know.
Should I do animal handling?
Maybe so.
Yeah, I'm gonna do
He
that.
looks like you could read.
Choose a gaming set. What? I
And
don't
it
know
could be
what
any
that
of these
is.
colors.
no. Well,
What?
they-
I don't
One
know.
second, I'm trying to listen to Colin.
Really? Holy moly.
Sorry.
It can be anything that is uncommon in the level 2 section.
Oh, gotcha.
uncommon.
Oh, shoot. Then
Is this towards the oh there it is.
Yeah, like I was trying to find it.
Okay, what?
Which gaming set?
What do you think your character
You should
would
always do
use?
the dragon chest set.
I don't know.
Dragon chest.
It's your character.
Do what now?
Dragon chest.
Okay. Thank you.
Don't fall for her.
Some of us need that direction.
So any of the green items. Wait.
No, he has a very specific
Is it
list.
skills?
Yeah, I had the list up. Like the uncommon items.
So
Okay.
it's green or yellow.
Green or yellow? Okay.
In the level 2 section.
Yeah, the
which is
level
the
2
left
section.
side.
Animal
Gotcha. So anything from this
handling.
column.
Well, then it
No,
does. As you scroll down, there's a level 6,
Mm,
and then
So we
Yeah,
can only
seven.
take from the level 2.
Only
Yes.
from
Uncommon.
one item from the level 2 section,
skill
which
should I-
has
which other
greens,
skill should I do?
yellows,
I
and
got
reds.
animal handling.
Oh.
You can take one of the reds from it too, right?
yeah. So the coloration does not revolve around.
War
It,
gauntlet.
it's like a specific
what is
type
that?
of item. So like red is more melee combat oriented versus green's more like clothing, and then
Okay.
yellow. So it's a different color scheme
Alright, what's my
set
other
up.
Okay,
So
It's like this headband of intellect.
So are we allowed to pick one of these?
Pretty good.
Yes.
Is that one of the ones that's in
Forgery
What's a
kit.
primal order?
Okay.
Is that your intelligence to make
Is that
them? Yeah. And, oh,
Magician or warden?
Yeah.
If I wanted to
it's
do
in like
magic,
this
I could go to
one
magic.
continuous column, I believe.
I think it's
Is
just
there a
something
reason
for the
why you
background
get
that you
one?
chose.
Usually it's
I chose
like
farmers for the
just because people
haven't
like
chosen a
having something
background.
cool.
Headband
Where are
of
you right
intellect.
Oh, yeah.
Kind of helps just
Oh.
feeling cool about your character.
It's also boots.
Boots.
Oh wait, something's happening to the
Two
text
by
box. Are you editing it right now?
no, I was trying to find it. So
Which one should I go?
I saw it
which
like
one should I choose?
Yeah.
highlighted
For the
as
plus
Colin
one.
Kimball. I was like, oh shit.
Since because I got.
Do you want to be like personable or scary? You want to be smart or do you want to be strong?
And so one
I'm gonna go
item.
I deleted
Well,
my
hold
bag of
on.
holding.
You were playing a what?
A noble thingy.
A bard, right?
Yeah. Which one should I go for?
so for the stream, what players are doing point buy
I don't know what that is.
For your stats.
for your stats?
We will be doing point buy.
And how many people rolled?
We rolled.
I
Is that
did
what I
roll,
should've
but I
done?
did it on the app
I
instead
have
of
no idea.
One second.
Yeah, it's pretty easy. You just hit one button.
Yeah,
and
just
roll
wait.
them.
Does it for you. unless it starts rolling like a, it'll give you like a 4. I've gotten a 4.
Yeah.
It doesn't show
You
where
can-
I'm supposed
you
to
can roll
be,
a 4
what
with
that's
these.
supposed to be.
Yeah, but
You're not
I feel
there.
like it's just way
Where
more
were you?
like improbable.
There.
I've rolled
Okay, stay
I've
there
rolled
for a
under a 7
That's
a ton.
that's a 4, 5, 6, 7.
second. One second.
That's rough.
Right there.
Okay, hold on.
So, I'm fucking retarded. I don't listen to anything.
So you get one item from this column. on the
Yeah.
left. And it green, yellow, or red doesn't matter, but it's that column.
Right,
One
okay.
item.
Okay. Now I'm tracking. I wasn't sure. I was like, wait, did I read
Yeah.
something wrong?
This honestly looks like my online my online journal. look, it honestly looks like my online journal. I'm not gonna lie.
Like I'm gonna have the same alignment if I play this like I was in high school.
Evil.
This ain't me in high
I'm
school.
chaotic
So
neutral.
this
Like
is a
chaotic.
totally
Yeah,
different
chaotic
person.
neutral. I'm like Loki, I think.
Yeah, I'm chaotic good. That's my alignment.
That's exactly how I was in high school.
I was
I
never
have
that.
morals, not ethics.
I did get detention a few times though.
Well, raise your hand. How many of you guys are still setting up?
I'm still setting up my character.
Yep.
Yeah, just gotta pick an item.
Okay, we're gonna move away from here.
Phil, you getting
Character
it?
details, you can just figure out.
I
what
think
type later.
so.
Okay.
What'd I do?
I don't know.
There we go. Okay. Filter species
Alright.
source. What?
I picked my item.
No, don't.
Got
do
myself
that.
a ring.
Just figure out what you want to be.
What ring?
Okay.
Bind shielding.
There's
We'll deal with background later.
certain ones that are allowed and not allowed.
Like what?
I don't.
Got it.
No, you need to do your background now. Sorry, background is where a lot of like the extra things come in. Oh, this part you can skip. But like the background choices, you have to choose an option.
Oh,
So you have to do that now.
They
Sorry.
really need to make that more bold. Because I went through all these and I'm like, oh, I'll figure out that later. Choose an option.
Should I be a vampire?
Yes.
You should be
Ooh.
a vampire.
Oh.
Can she be a
is-
vampire?
No, that's one of my homebrew races from something else. It's because
Yeah.
content sharing's on.
So you can't be a
It's-
vampire.
It's not actually one. That yeah.
Let's see. What can you be? That tells you right here.
Approved races list.
That's a homebrew race I made
I
for
like
something
this race
else.
This list is races. No, just kidding.
Whoa.
So you can be a human, a dwarf, an elf, a halfling.
They have one. They have like a
Aasimar,
vampire-esque race that they
Dragonborn,
had
Gnome,
workshopped. And I don't know if it
Goliath,
ever came out in the
Orc,
set or not, but it was in
Tiefling,
Unearthed Arcana for a
Fairy.
while.
No, Valvin's not
It,
on here.
it was one of the most broken characters because it had
Satyr,
a bite attack,
Fairy,
like a lot of races have like special
Dragon?
attacks. It had
Yeah.
a bite attack that
I
dealt
don't know what that
damage
is.
based on your
Yeah,
Constitution
I don't
modifier
know what it is either.
instead of your strength.
Attack?
So you could basically just min-max your
Oh,
modifier and then
like a
still hit
water
like a truck.
creature.
And so then you would take it was basically it was like
Like a
you're like a
water
high
dwelling
dex
creature.
paladin.
There's
You
Alvin,
don't need
which
strength
is a
because your
owl.
bite uses your
type.
con modifier instead.
Or
So you just have
half
high
elf, which
con.
I-
Yeah,
Use
high
your
con,
tech.
high dex.
Should I go for
Yeah, and so you just have a bunch of survivability. You're hard
I
to
don't know
hit,
what I
ton of
should
health,
go for.
and you deal
What
a
do
lot
you
of
want to be
damage.
as far as
And-
class?
race is that?
I don't remember what it was called
Yeah, I'm a
at the
bard.
time, but it was essentially it was their take on a vampire without it actually explicitly speaking of vampire.
Yeah,
But it was in
bard.
Unearthed Arcana, and I don't know if it ever made it out of it or not.
Did it heal
Humans,
you?
obviously.
Yeah.
When you
I
miss
think
someone?
so.
Oh,
Sure,
Christ.
sure.
So high health pool,
Not you.
high damage.
But
Self-
you'd
There's a
probably
reason it
throw
did.
between a
Yeah,
fairy,
they didn't keep it.
a
Or
human, and a
bring it back
halfling
in.
would probably
Yeah,
be.
it was like it was one of those. It was
That was
like
very
check
good.
out this
Strong.
character model or like this
Let's
character you
cover,
can make that only needs one stat. Like you can have tens and everything.
You
as
can
long as you
also
got a high
be
con.
completely
You can have 8
chaotic
everything.
and
Just
just be Goliath.
20 of this one.
Yeah.
Bard,
That'd be hilarious.
Goliath Bard, you know.
Really, it is.
Sheer
Out of
character.
those ones.
Instead of min-maxing, I'm gonna
Yeah,
max
the ones that he listed. Any of them that draw your attention.
I really wanted to be a charisma.
Yeah.
Satyr
Right.
also, you could be a satyr.
I thought about it because I want to
Yeah.
play her really mean. I'm like,
I don't know what that
Art
is.
classes.
headache.
You ever
She's like
seen?
real-
Well, don't
Snooty.
Half goat,
take
half
don't
human.
take
Oh.
Like goat legs.
persuasion. Just have intimidation
I don't
and
think-
deception,
You ever
I-
seen?
yeah.
right? Because you
the
could have a
Mighty
high
Thief?
charisma where
Yeah.
you're like
You know
you're like
the,
mean to the
Grover.
kids, and
Yeah,
then
I
the
know
teacher comes
Grover.
over, you
That's
might
exactly,
Right.
that's
"Where's the
exactly
teacher?
what
They
it is,
want
yeah.
me to be mean."
I'm the victim.
And they're like, yeah, and then you're like, deception at 26, and they're just like, all right, you kids come with me.
Yeah, you're in trouble.
Come on, your little goat legs kicking people? You would totally do that.
You're gonna be hoofing it.
You're huffing a lot of things, but not that.
Well, that was the first
I
campaign.
don't
that
see
he
a
was huffing.
Satyr.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was the
He's a
What?
minotaur.
Minotaur.
Oh.
Yeah, I was huffing.
Gotcha. He was really hoofing
He was hoofing it.
I want that down your sleeve.
The Goleys had no defense.
Because I want to kick people.
Anyone else gonna be a halfling?
I'm a gnome.
That's close.
I'm gonna be a satyr.
So tempted.
Nice.
So
Technically,
that I can kick people.
Yeah.
who's it?
Oh, and they have a
Technically,
charisma
I'm
score
a-
increase? That's what you want.
You rock gnome?
The satyr?
Sverfniblin.
What?
Maybe next
I'm
time.
a Sverfniblin.
Oh, and you get to choose another musical instrument.
Where did you get?
How about we give you a few?
Gnome.
Yes.
Ooh.
I'm
Or
a
fiddle.
Sverfniblin.
That's Swerf.
It's like a violin.
Sverfniblin.
Yeah, Gesundheit.
I prefer the cowbell.
Oh, cool. Cool.
Okay, point by. I'm gonna help you with this part. Let's go good.
Point by. Let's go shopping.
See? It broke. I thought it was an actual bracelet. It wasn't.
Yeah, Sverfniblin.
Because it broke.
Right.
What's up?
Sverf.
Good.
Paul, I read a book
Drink
called
the milk, yeah.
Fortunately the Milk to my students like every year.
Oh.
And so I'm gonna get the little milk tattoo
It should be this one.
of
Or you just
No.
get like a barn
I'm gonna
door
get
with a
like
giant
it's by
cow
Neil
face
Gaiman.
coming
I'm
out
gonna
of it.
get that little milk
You'd be
bottle
like,
tattooed
it'll
on
be
me.
like, it'll be a
And
tattoo that,
her book had a milk
Uncle,
thing too.
Uncle
So
Jim
she's
will-
gonna get them.
Yeah.
So we're gonna have coherent, like we're gonna have book milk tattoos.
Aw, cute.
So, because I'm lactose intolerant, we drink.
I don't know where to put my beads.
So we tell them that I think it's
Figured it out.
Yeah.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
You can go put them on the bookshelf in your room for now.
Nut milk we buy all week long, so I don't have any more. And she goes, "Can we stop calling it nut milk?"
So I'm
So I'm like referencing that your daughter drinks it. I'm like, "You're so
fan
gross."
art of her.
It is nut milk.
Nice.
You're the one
So
thinking
now-
about it that way.
Yeah.
Oh
And so
yeah.
when we go through
This
the
looks like
store,
someone
"Dad,
had
we
bullied."
gotta get nut milk.
Wow.
No. Yeah, it's probably the funniest thing because like
You little pixie. Why don't you go
they really
flutter
didn't
elsewhere?
think about it
Yeah.
that hard.
I don't think
So-
that she doesn't have wings, but
When we talk about it, it probably
she
sounds
fly?
terrible.
What class are you?
But yeah, she definitely.
I think you're
In the
now the
store,
only
you can put two and
sorcerer.
two together.
I was gonna say you could like you could
Couple of us
do
jump
draconic
ship.
background,
Why?
sorcerer, but then
Because I found out that there is a
divine.
divine wizard, and they get
Because I think
like
one of them is eventually you can like sprout.
like
spiritual
certain
wings.
like they get to have like
Right.
prophetic
for your race,
roles
do
that they get to hold on to.
Aasimar?
Yeah.
And
Fall
for
in
somebody who
Aasimar,
wants
because
to
one
be
of
the
their abilities is
oracle,
they sprout
Oh,
or
magical
thinks,
wings.
yeah, I was like, oh,
What kind of milk
what
do
do
we
they
have?
look
at home?
like? What do
They're essentially like fallen angels. is
Do
what-
they like kind of look human?
They look like
Right.
humans, but with like a little bit different.
checking
technology.
back in with players.
Yeah.
Are the guys are all good?
Because there's
Hunter,
one of
What do we
them
call
that
it?
You
their
good?
class
Or are you
abilities, they
still working?
sprout, like,
Oh, I need you
energy,
to
magical
pick what
wings.
items are on my rope.
You need what?
It says you get to pick what items are on my rope for the patches.
Okay, we'll
Huh?
do that probably off.
No, just go to your
Phil,
character builder and go to your
are
species and then click
you
new species.
Good?
I mean,
I guess you
Yeah,
already
I'm
did
pulling
the
up on my
backstory.
computer.
in many ways,
You should
I'm
just be
good,
able to
but
choose which
what
one.
are
Are
you
you
referring
choosing
to?
a favorite?
Like, am I
Is your-
ready to go?
Is your character pretty much built?
Yes, I will not change.
Oh, that's
any
what
more
I
of my
am.
character.
Okay.
If I-
Wait, what are you?
Luke.
What are you?
Huh?
I'm an
Character
Aasimar.
built?
Character
I don't know what
built.
that is.
John.
Aye, Captain.
So,
Katie.
Mostly.
did you want to
Okay.
switch? How did you want to switch it? What
Yeah, I'm switching it right now.
Okay,
Yeah.
you figured out how
So
to do it.
radiant soul, 2 luminous spectral wings sprout from your back temporarily.
Deidra, are you
Ability,
figuring it
celestial
out?
revelation.
Yeah.
revelation.
Slow
Is that the
down, but I'll get
Aasimar?
there.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're sick. angels.
I mean, it looked
It could be an
alive.
evil one or an
Yeah.
angelic one.
But hers is more themed after fairies than
If
angels.
Seth was in this,
Krista,
Yeah, I'm done.
Liz,
I kind of want to go
What?
reread them.
you got character.
I think so.
Did you see
Okay.
the fancy versions?
Looks like it's built
Sweet.
Like, it's supposed to look
Are they
like
worth
this,
the
right?
reread? They're good.
Mhm.
Still good.
They're so
I
good.
read them like every
I
day.
read them
Did
like
you go
2
with
years
Satyr?
ago, and I like binge
Satyr.
read them.
Yeah.
This
Like, for the
makes
first
more sense to
time.
read them.
Somebody once asked me,
Yeah.
they're like, "Oh, what's a good fantasy book series?" And I was like, "Well, I remember reading this as a kid. This is a
But
really
my
good one.
thingy
It's
is
Fablehaven." And they're like,
there.
"I read it as a kid. That's a kid's book." And I was like, "Were you judging me for that? What the?"
I think
That's
I'm a
funny.
variant
You see the
Aasimar.
phone real quick, and I'll show
Oh,
you
it's
where I
not
picked
fully-
it.
Yeah, there's different versions.
Yeah.
But if you just do the
Yeah.
regular, all the way to Celestial Revelations, the ability, the bottom ability,
Checking back in
something
with
sold
Katie.
really
Krista, did you
says,
figure out what you're figuring
subscribe
out?
to
So,
Celestial
core
Wings.
Yeah.
bard traits.
You see it, right?
Okay.
Okay.
Alrighty, well, to move forward with the group here, this next portion is going to be the house quiz, which I know you guys were
I already
excited
did mine. I
about.
don't need to do it.
Which is very true, yep.
And slide
I
hand.
studied for this.
Perfect. So,
Alright, so now you're
part about this campaign, this is for viewers and for you guys if
What's
you
a
didn't
house?
read the documents here that we've got going. The Hellsing Tower is a school for magic-born races in the land of Alstaria. It is meant for a place for growth
I'm
and
not going for
learning.
the other one. I'm
Your
going
players
for
will be able to learn with their characters the spells that enable them to be within the world. The Hellsing Tower has 4 houses or factions, if you will. These houses are the House of the Raven, the House of the Drage, the House of the Akar, and the House of the Campcat. Each of these houses embodies a different alignment range within D&D, and typically different wants, desires, and personality traits. Additionally, with the house design, the school is welcoming newcomers to magic, typically teenagers in full teenage angst. Teachers and staff are well equipped to handle these large feelings, as well as continuing the education in several departments. These departments include the Making and Use of Potions class, taught by...
Do we need the TV?
Nope. I just need to go to my other page, because I got it. Taught by Higgles Atticus, Gnome Wizard of the House Akar. The classroom will focus on the making of potions. This will be done by students being able to call out what they suspect is in a potion. Once the potion is discussed about, the students will then use skill checks to craft the potion. Students with the best checks will typically get the opportunity to keep the potion for later. The next of the classes is the Evocation class. The Evocation of Spells, taught by Esmeralda Nagy, Tiefling Sorcerer and Warlock of House Campcat. This will go over spells. No spells in the player's spell list will be able to be used outside of having learned it in the classroom.
So that was the one
And not every student will be able to learn every spell. Just because your friend is a wizard does not mean that you as a sorcerer necessarily gets to learn the same thing the wizard does. However, mechanically, each of these classroom sessions, you'll be able to, if there's a spell that you're looking forward to that doesn't come up within the first couple sessions that you're looking for, just let me know, and it's going to be part of the classroom learning. Once it's approved, I will have a separate checklist on my side as a reminder, but also if you guys want to take notes and stuff for your prepared spells, you can know spells, but I think you can also prepare them. It might just be the wizard though.
All of them are known versus prepared. Does that include cantrips? 1.
Yes.
And 2, what about things where like there are classes that like one of their whole abilities is having a certain spell? Or,
Yeah.
So that's like for druids, like one of them is like you have to. That's one of their main ability or like early level
Well, and
abilities
as an
is choosing.
Aasimar, I get light. Like,
Right.
the light cantrip.
I'm gonna say if it is in tune with your nature as whatever species you are, that you would come to the school with that knowledge. But
Okay.
a majority of your casting spells are not gonna be available till after a couple sessions. The next class is the History of Alstaria, taught by Drust Rocktham, Dwarf Paladin of House Campcat. This class will be the general history of the world of Alstaria, but you can use any of your previous campaign knowledge to pull from some of the history that's in this. We will go over gods, D&D lore, Alstoria lore, in general, the class will also be used to earn the Hellsing Tower points. That's important because instead of gold, you'll still use gold mechanically in your sheets, but Hellsing Power points are what is your buying power within inside the Hellsing Tower. So after your one selected item, if you decide at level 3 or 4 or whatever, when you can go to the shop, if there's something that you're saving up for, you will use these points in order to purchase the items from the approved list.
So we should delete gold that we have. So that we
Yeah.
have all the trouble.
Yeah, everybody starts at
Okay,
0.
0
Cool.
gold.
The next class is Defense Against Creatures, taught by Rictus Woodsworn, Elf Cleric of House Drage. Do you want combat? This is the class that we're going to do combat. Each class will be a combat session against different creatures depending on your guys' level. The next class is Enchantment and Rituals, taught by Bella Hughes, Halfling Druid of House Raven. This class will go over ritual enchantment spells. Much like the evocation class, this will also allow for spells to be learned. So if you have ritual spells, that's different than some of your other spells. This is the second class where you'll be able to learn some of these type of spells within the campaign. The last class is The Love of Food and Music, taught by Harper Clavor, Goliath Bard of House of Car. In this class, bardic spells will be able to be learned along with food recipes and general party checks.
Ooh. I'm definitely taking that
With
class.
that,
I think.
I know I'm hitting on one of these teachers. I just gotta figure out which one.
He has a whole idea of which one you hit on.
It's this
But from our
It's the
questions,
dude. Yeah, it's the old guy with
the way we answer our questions.
if you guys want to check your phones here, I will be sending here in the group chat.
This was my guess.
I wouldn't know.
That is what I told him, and he said yeah.
But
As you guys are going through the quiz, Hunter, I'm texting it to you right now.
I feel like the Claver one might. bend
I don't have to
into-
take it again, do I?
No, you do not.
Cool, because I already took
But-
it 4 times.
I am. Oh, that's not what I want to do. Sorry.
Wants to start it now?
Yep, you guys can.
Oh,
If
okay.
you got the link, you can start the quiz now. Again, I'm gonna read off the different classes here in just a second, but.
Okay, while you guys do that, I'm gonna read.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Continuing to go. Alrighty.
I wish there was an item.
I can't remember what the houses were, so I'm really just doing this off of sheer.
I'm trying to do this from my character's perspective.
Yes, I'm trying to too.
Yeah.
For
Where's
the
the back
houses, we have the House of the Raven. This house has the icon of a raven with a purple and black sigil. The house typically has students of the alignment neutral alignments: neutral good, lawful neutral, neutral, chaotic neutral, and evil neutral. The house is looking for students who find great joy in learning, the conquest for truth, and a thirst for knowledge, typically introverted and of a nerdy demeanor. The House of the Drage. The house has the icon of a dragon with a green and gold sigil. The house typically has the students of alignment of lawful and of evil: lawful good, lawful neutral, lawful evil, neutral evil, and chaotic evil. The house is looking for students who find great joy in cunningness and ambition. It's allowed to be on top no matter who gets in the way. They can be deceptive about it, but also very extremely exciteful. Extroverted or introverted, they come in all forms. The House of the Akar. The house has the icon of an octopus and a blue and silver sigil. The house typically has students of alignment of the chaotic and true neutral. Chaotic good, chaotic neutral, chaotic evil, and neutral. The house is looking for students who find great joy in a peacefulness and coziness. They find joy in creating and enjoying something good. They may take a backseat if it means it will be simpler and easier to enjoy. Typically introverted, but some can be extroverted. House of the Camp Cat. The house has an icon of a large cat with a red and white sigil. The house typically has the student alignment of good and some neutral: lawful good, chaotic good, lawful neutral, and neutral. The house is looking for students who find great joy in competition, the quest of a good fight, and loyal friends above all, the true extroverts.
For some reason, I already clicked the wrong ones. I clicked it and I was like, oh no, I should have clicked it.
Good luck to all.
I got mine.
Cool, what'd you get?
I don't know if I'm telling you yet. You.
Dun,
I might pull it off for like a whole week.
Got the one I was hoping for. House of the Dragon.
House of the Dragon.
Hey!
I'm sure we can all guess which one I got. If you
Yes.
read the
Hufflepuff?
description.
I got the one that I had already written to the character 2 months ago.
We'll go round table once everybody's finished.
Oh, we're saying what we got?
Yep,
these
eventually.
creatures.
Cool! Now you will know
I
what
think we
I
actually
get.
picked the same creature then. Because that's what my character clicked too.
So I figured out what was wrong with our stream. GCI is throttling our upstream, so I threw us on a VPN.
What is that?
A virtual private network.
Makes them think that we're somewhere else and not here.
Yeah. So that immediately snapped it right back to
funny,
perfect
yeah.
signal.
That's actually
GC, I
hilarious.
just saw you were like, in a
I don't know.
residential
I'm
area,
gonna
and I
ask
was
some
like,
questions actually
yeah,
at work.
That's
tomorrow.
interesting.
Ooh, you should have your coworkers do the quiz.
He already did. He
I
was
wonder
one of the
if, I
beta
wonder if it's
testers.
because you're in a like community area, like a neighborhood, that if it's like it's localized, so if one person's drawing too much, they try and be like, okay, well, like that person's
Exactly.
talking, so like we're gonna
No, definitely.
choke them so that way it doesn't affect anybody else's in the
Yeah.
area.
Because it would start well, and then like 30 minutes into
Yeah.
we'd start massive frame drops, and then as soon as I threw my
Yeah, I wonder
phone
if it just
onto a
rec-
VPN real
Yeah, I
quick.
wonder if it recognizes
Can
that
you
it's
like
like
save the videos so I
there's
can watch
one
it
interesting.
I
Yeah.
just want to get a VPN
Thank
for my
you.
home computer, or at least use one for like a browser or something. Or
NordVPN.
yeah, that would be advertised.
Also, as a DM who made
So
this
many
this quiz, I hope you guys enjoy it. But I will also be releasing this out to the public in the future, so you guys can go through it. And I'm a nerd for stats, so after we go around table, what house you got,
I feel like we're all gonna
I'll be able to.
No, these two are definitely different than what I got.
Is everyone
Really?
done?
Same house. I feel like we're gonna
Deidra, are you still?
My
I'm
last
on my last
one.
question.
Okay, last question. Nice.
Oh, okay.
On my study.
What you doing?
Oh, she's different too.
You just didn't?
Oh yeah.
How do I put mine in here?
Great joy
You
and
can
peaceful
scroll
and
all the way to
coziness.
the
They find
right,
joy in
basically.
creating and enjoying something
Keep going a
good.
couple more.
They may take a back seat if it means it will be simpler and easier to enjoy. Typically introverted, but some can be extroverted. That's you.
Okay, down, scroll down, there's like notes and stuff.
Is everyone done with the quiz?
There you go. Add something.
It's essentially the Hufflepuff house.
I'm a puff.
Yes.
I'm finished.
Okay. So I am gonna go round table. John, since you're
I did it for
usually
my
more prepped
character
than
and it would
Katie
be
is,
accurate.
with
Damn.
you.
What?
Oh,
Wait, what?
what? She's just being mean to you.
Can you tell me the race and class and name of your character, introducing for the first time, and what house you're a part of?
Sure. Alright, so I am playing Princess. She's a halfling halfling sorcerer. Her full name is just Princess.
Just princess.
So that's what she goes by.
Okay.
She is of the House of Drage.
Wonderful.
So ambitious, cunning.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Could be a little bit mean. No.
Oh yeah, she's got a mean streak.
Okay. All right. Taken straight out of Mean Girls.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's one of those see you next Tuesday kind of people.
Yeah.
I'm playing Burgi Wetfoot, which is a deep gnome druid. They have like very ashy purple skin and long white matted hair. And they are part of House Akar.
Okay. All right.
They're all about picking mushrooms in the Underdark and making little foods with mushrooms. They love mushrooms.
Phil.
Yes.
Who are
I'm
you?
playing Axel Roger Redwater. He is a human,
Okay.
and he is going to attend the House of Druggy.
Nice. Gotcha.
Not surprised.
Oh, you're not.
Hunter.
I'm playing a character called Glide. He's an elf warlock, and he's in the House of Robin.
Robin, nice. All right, I like it.
My character's name is Yuki Yamada, Japanese name, of course. Just call her Yuki or whatever, you know. My class is a bard. She's a Satyr. That's how you say it?
Satyr.
Satyr. Why do I keep on saying Satyr?
Close words.
Because it's older.
Yeah. And she's in the House of Dragar.
Mm-hmm. And thank you for being a beta tester on the quiz to
Yeah.
try and dial it in a little bit more.
You're welcome.
Krista.
I'm Clementine Bixby, and I'm an Aasimar wizard, and I am in the House Robin.
House Robin, nice. All right.
So Ravenclaw.
There's no similarities.
None at all.
Still going for it.
I am Elaneor. I am a druid fairy,
Okay,
and I am also in the House of the Car.
nice. We've got a couple of different. I don't think.
Well, I like that it's
I wonder
2,
if we'll
it's
have-
3.
I like that it's
Cats.
both druids and
Druids.
Avatar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was trying to answer sort of the way a druid would, but then also sort of how I think the
And it's
characters
like I don't know if we're gonna have a camp.
And
cat
actually, for
unless-
Kendra, I think you're accurate.
Oh
For
yeah,
working,
that's what I
yeah.
did it for Kendra.
And Katie.
I'm playing Kendra, who's an Aasimar warlock, and she got House of Robin.
Robin. Okay.
So no one's in ChemCat.
no one's
No.
okay. Wow. Okay.
No Gryffindors.
No Gryffindors.
Look at this table. Absolutely none.
Hey.
I would.
Hey, if I was doing it myself, I'd be there. But.
Yeah.
No, I know.
That's where I said
I
it's
wouldn't-
up to
I wouldn't even
personality.
be in Gryffindor anyways.
Okay, so if you guys could either text, and mostly saying text, name, class, house, either in the group chat or individually, into the
I
group
don't
chat.
know
So
how
I
to
have
do
that.
it.
And then we are going to do a quick break, and then we will be on schedule for the next little bit of things. And so we're going to throw this on break. We will be right back.
you.
we are back. So we got our houses, we got our stuff, so we're going to go into a little bit of world building. There's not going to be that much that you guys have to do with your characters, so you still have time to find voices and time for the DM to catch up and approve spells or not approve spells before you enter the tower. For you guys, I am going to do a little bit of backstory here, so that's not it. I closed it out.
Good job of closing it out.
Yep.
Is it the player guide?
No.
I am a noble.
So we got no one in the house, cramp cat. So that means we can bully the hell out of them.
A couple NPCs that I have there that you'll have to interact with in class.
Yeah. Trash talk them.
So, what I'm going to do here is an actual excerpt from my book that is going to set the stage first for campaign 1, this first half. I'll let you guys know there will be a second excerpt that sets the stage for 2.5, okay? But having some of this back knowledge will help tie in later sessions. Dunrust was a small and shabby town sitting just below the Broken Crown mountain range. It's on the west side of the River Crown, which split the great island of Mursta in two between the east and west sides. Dunrust held only a bridge on a river, and because of that, it had seen strangers from vast lands. People who inhabited Dunrust were a peaceful, stubborn, and hard-working folk. They had the benefit of rolling green plains to the east and a deeply and densely forested west for hunting and logging. They did not spend time on frivolous or fancy things. Dunrust often found itself shrouded on an ongoing gray and mistiness during the day, being under the shadow of the Broken Crown Mountains. The men and women wore useful clothes, long shawls, thick coats, pulled in closely around their bodies from the chill and damp wind. Today seemed visibly amiss. It was an uneasy day in the air. Keith was indeed a stranger. He stood taller, wider, and stronger than any of the other men in Dunrust, with the exception of the blacksmith, who was a giant. He stood in the center of the bridge, called Contour, and looked out to ripples of white caps on the rolling river. His face was fierce, and his severe brown eyes made sweeping motions to either side of him. His tunic was tucked into his finely hemmed pants, and his boots came on only marginally past his ankles. He started moving towards the west side of the bridge, not in haste, but rather in excitement. His broad shoulders and foreign face deterred the people of the town, allowing him to walk through the crowded bridge with ease, though perhaps it was the sword strapped to his back that drove people away from him. Nobody in Dunrust seemed to have weapons. They had no need. Even if war broke out, it often left Dunrust alone, though usually the wars were divided east and west. Keith found himself on the outside of a dirty inn named the Hidden Hare. He strode inside and promptly found the darkest of the four corners to sit at. It seemed as though he owned the space. The shadows molded around him, making him disappear from curious eyes. He had already determined all of his exits, as well as any threats in the inns. Brawls were frequent here, he knew that, and prepared for it. However, nobody had a weapon, and most seemed sober at this time of the day. When he was satisfied, he motioned over to the innkeeper. He was a big man with a friendly face who brassly introduced himself by wiping a greasy hand and offering excitedly to Keith. "Hello, my name's John Abel," Keith returned. "I'll take your finest ale," and slid 2 gold coins across the table. "And I do not want to be disturbed by anyone." John Abel's smile faltered at Kia's dark warning, but nodded and hastily shoved the coin into his purse. He left and returned quickly with a full tankard ale, and his face seemed pale. "This be my finest, sir, and I'll make sure no one troubles you," he said. His words seemed to spill from his mouth like the ale spilling from a shaking hand. "Good day, sir." When he backed off, Keith continued to scan the room with a severe expression. He looked at everyone in the room, quickly passing over the women, but lingering on the men. He was looking for someone. As he turned around, he noticed John Abel at the bar, cleaning the glasses with his meaty hands and a dirty cloth. Keith looked down at his ale. Though he was sure he wouldn't die if he drank it, he became disgusted by the mere thought of a single sip. He glanced around one more time just to make sure nobody was watching, and then pulled at something seemingly invisible to the eye. The ale before him boiled for a flash of a second, and then began to freeze. Some would call it magic, but Keith felt it was more part of itself. It was simply of a pool which he funneled out as needed, like boiling off any poison or disease that could come from the innkeeper's hands or rags. A man unexpectedly stepped up to the table. "So, I see you're still enjoying the luxuries of life," the man said. Keith jumped up, nearly knocking over his ale in an attempt to reach for his sword before even looking up at the voice. "By the blood of my father," Keith began to laugh deeply when he looked upon the face of him. "Severian, it's good to see you, my friend." Severian smiled from underneath his luminescent hooded cloak. His eyes were glinting and seemed to glow. Everything about him was ethereal, and in the time Keith had known him, he never changed or aged in the slightest. His long hair was the same silver, his skin still as if it was cut from marble. Keith knew Silverian's heritage was a mix, but didn't know if it came from his father or mother's side. Either way, he was a half-breed, a human and an elf. He wasn't uncommon, but he stood out to everyone of pureblood, and because of that, seemed a stranger to anyone but other half-bloods. "A matter important to discuss with you," Silverian said. He peered directly at Keith. "Time. It's like walking along the edge of a blade. At any moment you could fall off of it and be swept away. I'm afraid that I'm running out of time. People are after me, and I have no choice but to bend to their will." Keith stiffened and looked around. His hand edged towards his sword. "Severian, you know that I... Of course, old friend. I know you'll do everything in your power to fill what is owed, and I hope I will never have to ask you to do it, but time is running out. My friend, I asked you to burn this once. It is red. However, no matter what, you need to survive." Severian stared at Keith with an intensity that seeped into his bones. Then, without a word, his form shimmered out of existence. Immediately after he was gone, a bright and silvery light erupted in the middle of the room. Men carrying weapons, clearly looking for something, stepped into the beam and scurried around the inn. They tossed tables and pushed men who had done nothing wrong, yelling and accusing. Then, when they were satisfied, they stepped back into the light and left as quickly as they came. Keith rose to his feet, paying no attention to the bustling of the startled patrons around him. Instead, he was staring at the contents of a packet, a simple key and a letter elegantly written. When Keith finished reading it, he shoved it into his pockets. The words told him of an elaborate game, a game that would involve the world. Before the next excerpt, we're gonna get to the characters. Let's get another tab. Hunter, how do you pronounce your name? Gilday? Or
Glide.
Glide. Okay.
Guilty.
Well, I see the I.
I'm just glad.
Glide. You come. This is something that you can add from to your backstory if you want to. The region that you come from is from Lialabrin. This is in the continent of Mursta. Lialabrin is the main tree that overhangs throughout the whole forest of Lialabrin. It's where many of the high elves and wood elves of the whole world tend to live in and harmonize in. Magic's pretty innate in your species, and one day you were delivered a message from the Hellsing Tower. Basically, in this, you were handed a letter that showed up and said, "Hey, we'd like you to come learn. We heard you had the aptitude, and in here is a sorting quiz that's magically inscribed. From that, you discovered that you were going to be part of House Robin, and that your embarkment would take you a couple days. Usually, you'd have to make your way down the river of Contour, which is just north of Contour is Dunrust. From Dunrust, you hit some ships. Usually, sometimes you could find pirate ships who, even though they have the name of pirates, they typically do a pretty good of escorting people to and from the major cities. This would get you to Alera, the shining city of men, at which point you would be able to find a ship from there that would take you to the Hellsing Tower. Now, what this involves for you is a couple of your first checks of the campaign. First off, you're an elf. You've known the forest for a long time. I'm going to say you'll be able to make it to the river fairly quickly, but once you hit the river, you haven't really grown up trying to figure out fishing boats. So you're going to have to, one, do an investigation check.
Okay.
Yeah.
Investigation.
Yes.
Let's go with a 21.
Okay.
I was like, how do you spell
As you get to the rocks, you find a small raft that, as you've kind of grown up, you've occasionally visited the river of Contour, but you've noticed that they tended to send these large platform rafts down the river, and that they would then row back up. That would take a longer section of time. You make your way pretty proficiently through, and you wait till midday when a raft is pulling down the side of Lialabrin. In this letter that was delivered to you was a pouch, and it gave you enough money to buy your way fare to through these ships. So monetary value isn't as important. You find the craft, and now I need you to make. It's over here. A nature check.
$18.
18. You haven't ever stepped your foot on a boat before. It's not something elves tend to want to do. There is a temple of merfolk south of Lialabrin in Mursta, but usually the merfolk come to the shore versus you having to go out on the waters. From that standpoint, you get on this. You're naturally spry in nature, running through tree canopies and slinging through some of the forest. You find your sea legs pretty quick, and you do not find yourself seasick. Go ahead and roll survival to see how that goes for you.
11.
11. Okay.
It's the worst one.
Go ahead and roll me a D100.
I can do that. 19.
19. Okay. One of the orcs on the platform that's transferring you to the actual ship portion, he kind of does this hazing thing. You're a young elf, he's meatier, and he continually, every time he passes you, body checks you. Over the course of a day of traveling, you take
Can I cast Friends on him?
friends.
Yeah, I have that as an elf.
Is it an ability?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes. He's gonna make.
Well, he still body checks you one time.
Okay,
but
fair enough.
yeah. What's his check?
He's gonna make a wisdom. No, actually, hold on.
God, I hope he rolls a 1.
Mambo Charlie.
Pulling that one.
A
Pulling
wisdom
that one.
saving
Pulling
throw
that
or
one.
be in the charm creation for like up to a minute.
Okay.
14 wisdom saving throw.
He actually rolled a natural 19, so
That's
he
nuts.
continues. So over the course of
What a boy.
that you're gonna
No
get
friends
2
for you.
body
Yeah.
checks. Oh, that's not a D4. Oh, that's fine. Somebody have a
Sorry.
D4?
D4.
Thank you. Ooh, nice. You take 5 points of damage upon your arrival to Alara.
Look how pretty it is.
Trying to be friends.
Okay. In Alara, Phil.
Excuse me, sorry.
It's not as clean as his.
Phil. I know Phil.
His is really plain.
Axel has spent his time wandering through many of the human civilizations, growing up originally in the city of Hammerfell, where many of pirates and rogues seem to have frequented. But as time came on for a pursuit to better himself, to live up to certain expectations, he traversed to Dunrest, and then from Dunrest, spending some time there with different local gangs and learning their particular natures there, he continued and wanted to explore more of the world. And you find yourself in Alara when you receive your letter, Axel. You also have been paid for a trip and have been given an exciting announcement that you have been accepted into this new worldly venture of joining the Hellsing Tower. In it is your house test, and you get the house Drage. You know that a ship is departing from Alara here, and that you'll be arriving to the Hellsing Tower within probably a day once you set on the ship. And the ship is actually due to arrive down in the docks to take off here in, I'd say, about an hour. Go ahead and roll me an acrobatics to get from where you're sitting down for some lunch, being late, and ready for the boat.
Fucking on time today, too.
Sorry, you wrote this.
Acrobatics?
Acrobatics.
You're gonna have to like vault over things. Like parkour? Parkour?
That's what
Can I
acrobatics
ask a
is.
question? What do I know the boat name?
No. It's got a red sail.
Oh.
But do I
It's
would
just
I
not
know
black
of
sails.
No.
the
No.
boat name? Are
No.
you sure?
I'm certain.
No.
There are eastern and western ships that frequent.
I'm only thinking about one.
I know you are.
Well, okay, we're gonna have to go around the tables. I got a 6.
You got 6. You stumble into a couple people, and in fact, as you're doing so, you run into some guards that end up grabbing you, and they basically grab you by both arms because you're still you're dirty looking from jumping over everything, and they drag you down to the port jail where they sit you and
Every
try
time?
to calm you for a little bit. You see the red sails start to de-dock from their throwing ropes ready to leave. Go ahead and roll performance check for me.
You think you can get out of real life?
Yeah, I could.
I don't think you're gonna make it to school. Do you think you're gonna make it to school?
Hang on.
He has hope.
I believe in you. I believe in you. I believe in
My
you.
charisma's so bad. 8.
8. This boat
It's gone.
fully gets its ropes off. It starts pushing off the dock. The guards finally let you out because they see the ship, they see your importance, you're young, and they just check you, make sure you're not carrying anything dangerous. Any weapons that you were carrying, they confiscate.
Oh. Peachy, thank you. You fucking star players.
As you as you start running for the docks, you got about 100 feet to swim to get to this thing.
I gotta swim.
You gotta swim to this thing. As it is loosing sails, it's gonna be an athletics check.
Question.
Yeah.
When did we get this item that we got? Is that when we get there? Or is this an item?
The green
we come
knight,
with?
it's semantics. It's mostly if you
So
had
he
common
didn't
law.
lose that.
Yeah,
No. I'm asking because I
Oh.
have something on me
Yeah,
that would make it a lot easier to go across water.
you can use it. That's
Okay. So
I'd say it gives you advantage on your athletics
while wearing
check.
this ring, you can. Was I only supposed to choose a green item?
No, green, yellow, or
Oh,
red
perfect.
from the level
So,
3. Level
Water
2 category.
walking.
Okay, so and then no checks needed if you use the ring. You've been seafaring before in the past, and so you activate the ring and you just haul, grabbing the side. I'm gonna make you do an athletics now to climb the side of the ship versus hold on to the ship for the ride.
Oh my god.
You're getting bad rolls.
Wow, 15.
You climb up pretty interestingly well enough. You're pretty familiar with the ship. It's a familiar make, so everything seems like home to get up. Immediately as you roll over the side and like stand up, you go to turn to get to a more comfortable setting and you run right into an elf.
Oh, good job.
Could my day get any worse?
Glide, is it glide? Sorry.
Yeah.
Glide. Okay, I did.
Oh, you were the
switch.
one running into me?
Yeah, you. No, he's
No,
not an
not-
orc.
Oh.
This is a new one. This is another beefy person that just boom, just like he turns. You know, you ever been run into where somebody just turns and is immediately full force. Both make strength checks.
Ooh, you're winning.
Oh, you're winning that.
You went like athletics then?
Nope, just strength.
Just raw strength?
Yep, raw strength.
7. Oh, I won by a lot actually.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
You get an
By a
one.
lot.
First natural one of the campaign. He runs into you, but you like think it's the orc that's been running into
And
you. So
you're ready.
you push him back.
Oh no, I would. Oh, could I not do that? Could I like think it's him and like try to get out of the way instead?
Yeah. So you
Do that.
dexterously move away.
Yeah, I kind of like push
I swear to
myself
God,
like gently off.
Me running into people has never worked out.
You two are both. This is how you meet. It's an elf. Certain you have opinions on it, and you haven't spent many times.
Certainly you have opinions about it.
You haven't spent
Surprisingly, I'm
much
not
time,
that
Glide,
interested.
about hanging around with many other species other than wood elves and high elves. So, this is your first time you've interacted with an orc, which hasn't been fun, and now this is your first human that you can talk to.
Hey, I thought you were someone else. I didn't see you coming, and then I kind of pushed you away. That's my bad. I didn't mean to do that. Are you okay?
He's gonna stand up and dust himself up. Yep, I am fine. Is this the right boat?
Where are you trying to go?
To the Hellsing Tower.
Oh,
This-
that's where I'm going.
Oh, so it is the right
I
boat.
hope so.
Okay, because I ran into some guards, and you know, great people when they're doing their job correctly. I was just in a hurry.
Toot toot in
And
their
I
horns
wasn't
for
sure
them.
if I was running for the right boat.
Yeah.
Apparently, I cannot keep my feet below me. Unless it's on water.
Almost certain this is the correct boat. But we should probably. Do you have health issues or anything? We'll get you checked out.
Issues? No, just running issues apparently today. I guess I did better on water than I did on land or solid objects. Put some water under me, I'll be fine.
Well, I can help you walk around, no problem.
I think if we stay to walking, we'll be fine. If I take off running, you might just watch, I guess.
Yeah, I'll try not to turn around too fast.
You do notice on Glide, Axel, that he has like a bruise on like one of his shoulders.
Oh, yeah.
From you've seen this type of hazing before.
Oh no, you're good. There's some other. It's all good.
Ooh, alright, good. I need a beer.
Aren't you 12 years old? So you're like a teenager?
Some lives are
He's lived a rough
different than
life.
others.
All right, moving on to the next. We'll get back to you two, but you arrive at the Hellsing Tower together. Unless it is.
We made it.
Yes, finally. No one died or fell off the ship. We're good. At least-
Aren't you kind of wet from the swim over here?
Oh, I did swim.
Okay.
I'm sure when
Next
we get
up.
to it, I'll show you more. But right now,
Who's going
like I
next?
said, I do better on
John and
water
Liz.
or liquid than I do.
Oh, cool! We're meeting up together!
Do better
Princess,
on not solid objects.
you kind of feel like you've been expecting this letter, and it feels late. It's been.
Hi, precious.
You've expected going to this school basically since you were born. You've been planning.
My parents
Planning it
went, their alumni, their parents went.
Yeah.
Long family tradition.
So when the letter arrives, you feel a little underwhelmed.
You don't want to know that.
Of course, you get the same thing that your parents got. The same house. It's to be expected.
Didn't go with a courier. I think they just.
No, it was definitely an owl, and that they're unreliable.
Right.
So
And they're inferior.
yeah.
I think
Very dramatically, like, not fun for you to have to wait like this. You do come from Pimbumbris Undertree. It is in the continent of Helst. I can send the spelling if you want that.
I should probably pay attention to this one since it's me too.
You're not in the same city.
I know, but I should probably pay attention to it.
Fimumbris is the city of halflings. Rolling hills, pretty flowers. There is one tree on the hill and a couple smaller ones. Most of the big events happen around the big tree, and everybody gets all crazy. Whoa, you have a cat. That's wild.
She respects princess.
Yeah, I guess so. Unfortunately, your parents are out of town when the letter and the calling to the Hellsing Tower arrive, which means you're going to have to get your butlers to get the carriage to take you to the city of Deshero.
I always hate talking to the butlers.
Yeah.
They're so slow.
You can use any of the the persuasion, intimidation. Yeah.
That's a 7.
What do you want now?
Well, if you did your job, you would know that we received a letter, and I've been summoned, finally, to attend the school of the Hellsing Tower. So, carriage.
He looks over to the other guy. You heard the lady. And so a shorter, squatter halfling, just like brand new to the job, like 2 weeks at your parents' estate, runs off and like gets this little carriage. It's not the nicest one.
Obviously, the parents took that one.
Yeah. Well, you have there's 15 carriages that you guys have, and this one obviously new guy.
You fool!
I'm-
Go get the
I'm-
gold gilded
Oh,
carriage.
I'm-
You expect me to arrive in this Chop chop, but I stutter.
And it comes back with
Not
the
gonna
golden
get
carriage.
along with her
Um,
in the first place.
It's a her.
I know.
Let's see.
I'm not gonna get along with her in the
Go ahead
in the
and
beginning,
roll
probably.
insight.
Maybe I will.
Ooh, another 2. That is going to be 4.
4. Okay. You don't notice much as time passes in the carriage. You do, notice that you're taking the southern route, which takes you to Deshero. It turns from less hills and rollingness to more of a mountain ridge line and this kind of river town that seems to hold a lot of what you would call some of the. They're not all dirty, but you just have the impression that they can be dirty. They have more hair than they're supposed to. There's Leonin that seem to be in the mix. There's satyrs. They start popping up more. Less halfling villages and more of these furry fiends. You see some tabaxi mixed in. More rogue stuff that you wouldn't want to get your paws on there. So you don't, however, notice the fact that the first person that you tried to intimidate has a letter and is rolling into Deshero and is driving up to another manor. How do you pronounce your name?
Yuki.
Yuki? Okay,
My
I gotta
last name's
spell.
Yamada, so
I'm changing spelling to how I can pronounce it easier.
Yeah.
it's Yamada. Yuki Yamada. It's easy.
I haven't watched everything, so.
No, it's just the random Japanese
Oh.
name that I put.
Okay. So in Deshero, you stroll up in your own carriage, Princess, and all of a sudden in pops,
Hello.
it's a satyr.
And
And then the carriage takes off again.
driver, I believe you might have picked up a creature.
Hey,
And that's
not nice.
That's putting it nicely, as nicely as I can. Driver, stop the carriage. I simply will not allow this.
He very obviously has put on some earmuffs, and is rolling down, and you hear a magical click as the child lock doors are like clunked on your carriage.
Well,
Looks like you're stuck with me now.
it seems to be that way, unfortunately. What do you call yourself?
Oh, my name's Yuki Yamada.
Yuki. Okay, Yuki. You can refer to me as Princess.
You seem entitled.
I'm only entitled to what I deserve, and as you can see, you're in my carriage.
Well, I'm trying to get to the school, so.
Well, do us all a favor and speak less.
Smile
You
more.
don't mind if I play music, do you?
There will be no music. And I just have a book.
There'll be tunes.
Pulls out my flute anyways. And starts playing.
Princess,
Mhm.
please roll me. We're gonna do a deception for you. And then Yuki, please do a performance.
You got it.
No, remember?
Oh,
you
yeah.
add.
I got a nat 20.
Oh. Well, this is not gonna go well for you.
Unless there's an act 20 that I have to.
Oh, close, but not quite it.
So do I?
No, because you already rolled.
25 in
Oh.
total.
To add that to that.
Oh wait, add 10 plus 5, so that's 15.
Nice. You play decently well, but Princess has an amazing talent for just turning off her ears and absorbing herself in her work and her world.
Ultimate.
So eventually you pull down the
And you
flute,
can
and
change these
a few hours go by and you make it to a port where a sailing ship that's meant to cross continental seas is found, and you find both of yourselves boarding. And as you do, there's clearly colored rooms for the different houses from the quiz that you took, and you both start walking towards the same color house.
Well,
You seem very disappointed.
yes. How did you get accepted to this school?
She's gonna be a real.
My parents went there, so
Parents went there, and they were merchants of sorts?
nope. We're a noble family.
Noble people of the farmers? What do you
No.
mean? Well, just don't.
I may not seem like it because of the clothes I wear, but
We're related.
Maybe last season's fashion, but you need to catch
and
up.
I do not care.
Well, don't get wet, please, because you will smell horrible. But leave your stuff on that side of the room, and
You can.
I'll be on this other half.
Rolls my eyes.
All right, and your ship departs, and we will get back to you guys with a final check before the end of the session. Deidra and Luke. Being a fairy gives you sort of freedom that allows you to wander the Fey realm. The current light bastion has been seen in the City of Hope, restoring it, and in doing so, it is her duty to occasionally send out some of the Fey creatures to go to the material realm. In doing so, Syl brings you a letter from the Tower Hellsing as being a selected participant to be able to join in Hellsing Tower's magic teaching. You have innate abilities of being a fairy and understanding the magical world pretty wonderfully, but you're pretty quickly dumped on your head as you find yourself being pushed out rather quickly by an excited Syl. Here you go, and a portal opens, and it looks dark and scary, and Syl just pushes you out, and you see a certain someone just sitting in a tunnel minding their own business. And you're a small creature, and I think are you a small? Yeah, they're close to your. I think maybe you're tiny though, right?
Fairies are small.
They're
and
small,
handy.
Okay. So you pop out of the blue. This thing comes flitting out. It's brighter, like it has some shiningness to its. Your Underdark eyes are not used to this. You've been cast out into the material world of the Underdark, the Citadel City, connecting all the continents, but just one of the tunnels leading up to a port. In that, you find a wonderful gnome that has some mushroom friends that it's hanging around. You do know mushrooms. You've seen those. That seems familiar. This gnome thing doesn't seem familiar.
Hello. Would you like to come say hi to my mushrooms?
Who are you?
Oh, my name's Burgi Wetfoot.
Burgi?
Sure.
Wetfoot?
Yeah, that's my clan name.
What are you?
I am, what?
You don't look like a fairy. What are you?
Oh, my people are called deep gnomes.
Deep gnomes?
Deep gnomes.
Deep where?
Here.
We will find out.
Where's here? It's so dark.
Yes, that is the Underdark.
Underdark.
Yes. That's where the finest mushrooms grow.
What do your mushrooms do?
all sorts of things. Some will fill your belly, some will make you float, some will make you go temporarily blind, some will kill you, some will kill other people, and some of them talk.
Which ones talk?
This one only talks to me, and coming up over my shoulder is like a little mushroom with 2 legs that just like walks
Like
up
the
over my
ones
shoulder,
from
a little tiny.
Fantasia?
Sure.
Sure. We're old.
Not the 2000 Fantasia, the other
Yeah,
one
exactly.
from the 1900s.
This one is Bertrand. He is my bestest friend.
Bertrand.
Bertrand. Sure.
What's your name again?
Burgi Wetfoot.
Burgi.
Burgi and Birdie.
Birdie?
Bertrand.
Bertrand. Burgi and Bertrand.
Burgi and Bertrand.
I'm gonna
At
call
your
him-
service.
I'm gonna call you Berg and Birds.
Would you like some mushroom stew?
Well, which one does which?
Well, this one makes your stomach full, and this one makes you see different colors.
But I thought one made you blind.
Well, one could make you blind, but I pretty sure I didn't put those mushrooms in this one.
Pretty sure.
How do we get out of
You've
the...
never eaten anything in your life. Being sustained by the Fey realm. Eating is a...
foreign thing?
Yeah.
I promise, it's good for you.
Yeah,
You
you
just
see
eat-
this go
Woo!
inside.
Ah, it's got a kick.
Where did it go?
In my stomach.
You do notice one other thing. Kind of like shoved in one of your many pouches, you see a letter that looks familiar.
Oh, did you get a letter too?
You have to
I
search
point
for
to
it.
your
Yeah,
house.
do I find a letter on myself?
Yeah, you find a
Oh, I did get a letter. Sorry, I haven't read it yet.
Do you need me to read it for you?
Sure. If you're offering.
Unless I have to do that.
And I just like turn back and again just start like picking through the mushrooms and like.
So I take his letter and I compare it to my letter and I go, oh, you got accepted to the Hellsing Tower school as well.
What's that?
Apparently it's a place where we're going to learn magic.
Oh, well,
Do you have magic?
a little bit. Do I get a bed?
I'm going to think so if you sleep.
Are they gonna give us food?
Dude,
What is food?
I'll take your word for it. I'm in.
What is food? That's such a good callback. I wasn't paying attention. That's when I realized, oh crap.
Go ahead.
Do you know the way?
Not out of here.
Oh, I
Do
think
you-
I could help with that.
Oh, good.
And I lean down to the mushroom and I go, hey, how do I get out of here?
Roll persuasion check to the mushroom that is minding its own business.
Persuasion is, I have a -1, so 16.
It like wiggles after listening to you speak to it.
Wait,
and
is
it,
this,
like,
Steal
is
my
this
key?
Bert on his shoulder?
No, This
no,
is in the ground.
this is just a mushroom on the ground.
Oh, okay.
and it looked like a normal mushroom until he's
Look, I put
are you a
first
he or
name.
she? Or
They, them, technically my
guy.
pronouns are
Yeah.
fun guy.
yeah, fun guy, yeah. So the fun guy leans down to whisper to
Fun
him,
guy.
and
That
this,
took so long.
and you see it actually almost come to life, and 2 little slit black eyes looks up and it wiggles its little feet out of the ground and then takes off kind of like a tiny Groot and starts going up the tunnel.
Quickly, follow it!
A tiny group.
Yeah.
Aww.
And I'm like trying to mimic its steps in the same
Yeah,
way.
it's kind of like walking like this.
I'm following him.
Okay.
Hoping this mushroom knows where we're going.
Uh,
I also want to ask the mushroom to be my little Bert friend by the time this is all over, because this Bert seems to be doing something for him.
Go ahead and roll survival checks.
I got a cat. That would have been fun.
10.
Huh?
A teenage Groot. Oh my,
Oh my
gosh,
gosh.
it would have been so funny.
I'm sorry, is this?
Big family.
7.
Okay.
That went
It
well.
takes you longer
Groot?
than what Syl said it would to get out of this place, this darkness.
I don't feel like Sylph will be anything.
No, she didn't. She's
Okay.
very distracted. She tends to have the mind of the wind, and so leaves things out of your general quest. For you, having just learned of a new place that you can grow things, but also have a stable bed is massively important. You follow this thing that's the brightest thing that you've seen in its life, other than other like colors from your mushrooms.
You can only take so many naps on toadstools before your back starts to go.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, what?
I will take you. What is sleep? Do I know what sleep is?
Not really.
I don't think I know either.
Oh. Well,
Yeah,
what
but
happens?
that one's true.
What
Yeah.
happens?
What happens when you sleep? How do you sleep?
I don't remember.
Will you let me know when it happens?
Okay,
All right.
I'll try.
Yeah, here, he's just asleep.
Thanks, babe.
And then about 3 seconds later, is this sleep?
I don't know.
Oh, sorry.
What is happening?
You make it to
I feel like the gnome is just.
the Dwarven city
Awkward.
in Elmsfall.
Is the gnome innocent or something?
And from
Like-
there you are able to make it out to the coastline where you find a ship with a red sail, and on it has the 4 different colors, and there is a room with blue, and you both head towards it. There is a very comfy cot there, and then there's like, it's not a cage per se, but there's like a little like rest up higher in the room for you.
Perch.
Yeah, perch, thank you.
Out of my bag, I pull a massive mushroom head that I just use as a pillow.
Right.
It is out.
Go ahead and make an insight.
Quizzically, because I
Make-
don't know what this
Make
is.
make an insight check.
17. I'm
Yeah,
going over and
this is
inspecting.
what you
Open my eyes. Sleep.
I'm gonna tap him.
Yeah.
Do I have to make the noise?
What noise?
It sounds a bit like you're struggling to breathe.
I don't think I am.
It sounds like
I've never heard it before.
it's not required.
I really don't know what you're talking about.
Well,
I
okay.
can't.
Night.
This interaction.
And I'll flutter up to my little perch and just kind of quizzically. I'm gonna go and I'm gonna close my eye. I'll peek open. And I'm gonna.
And she's out.
They want to fit
Hey,
in.
hey, can you keep it down? I'm trying to sleep down here.
I'm making the same noise as you.
I have no idea what you're talking
It's
about.
you make that noise. I'll stop making it if you stop.
Bertrand, don't make noise when I sleep.
Oh, but did I get the little guy?
He's like looking at you both
No,
like,
the other mushroom.
oh,
Would they have even let him on the boat?
Yours is.
No, he's not from here.
With a jar, some soil in a jar.
here's
I'm
what I'll
trying to
say.
fit in. I'm
Watch,
trying to fit
watch.
in.
I'm telling
so
you. I'm
hard.
telling you. Watch. And I snap my fingers, and Bertrand just explodes into pixie dust, like just poof into color.
Oh, he's familiar.
You'll be back later. It's okay.
Yeah, I will say you can, but you can name him whatever you want
You
to.
like scream before he dies.
You have to add another extra.
Okay.
You just watch as Bertrand like violently shakes. Just.
There'll be
Will mine do that?
No. Oh.
No, yours is a little different. Like I said, mine's not from here.
Where's from where?
Here,
Where's here?
everywhere.
turning to you guys will have one check before the end of the session. Moving on.
That was a funny interaction.
Okay, where are my extras? Oh, there we go.
Yeah, but I don't know if you could just add a little creature.
It's happening.
It's
You'll figure it out.
Did you get my text message?
Yes.
Okay.
Clementine,
he dies. I get to eat it.
you've lived with your aunt and uncle for a long time. pretty studious of people, and they kept you away from certain knowledge, trying to be too adventurous. Your parents set out when you were young and with certain adventuring parties, and they never seemed to have come back. Luckily you had a loving aunt and uncle, but eventually you became too much for them to handle.
Yeah, I talk a lot.
Not so much that you weren't a great kid, but more so that your magical ability needed somebody with an extra hand. On the off season, you would spend much of your time with Lady Esmeralda. You know that she teaches quite often at the Hellsing Tower. Being a tiefling and an Aasimar makes only sense that you come from the city of Osmos, from Elmsfall, the continent of Elmsfall. Here, you study different histories and magics with Esmeralda under a watchful eye, and as you come of age, she introduces you and gifts you the letter herself that introduces you to come and invite to the...
I really get my own?
Yes, dear.
I didn't honestly. I mean, I know I've gotten to study with you, but I didn't think I'd get my own letter for real.
It's gonna be a lot of work, and I can't be quite as particular with one-on-ones once we get to the tower.
But I'll have other teachers too, right?
At least a couple others, yes.
Oh my gosh.
You're gonna have to work hard.
That's fine. I love reading.
Not
Not so
all of
much
them
the
are reading.
schoolwork. Yeah, that's what I'm nervous about.
Well, I'm certain you'll figure this all out.
Yeah.
You're certain
I
you're up
can't
for the
believe I got
task?
my own letter. Huh?
I've already made sure your aunt and uncle are good with this, and they think that it's an appropriate place for you to go.
Yeah.
I do have one other Aasimar to go reach out to. She's on a farm if you'd like to visit with me.
Yes. I haven't been to the farms. I
Yeah.
only go from like
Yeah, you're
your to grandparent or to my aunt and
not
uncle.
going to
And then,
hold your hands, but you need to stay close to me.
yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
I've already been in town. We'll be fine. I'll be fine.
Sure.
It's all
Okay, well,
Sure.
she like touches you and like casts guidance
Oh, right,
on
we
you.
gotta go.
Casts guidance on you.
Baby character there.
And like just a helping hand to keep you like your brain focuses all of a sudden a little bit more. Please roll not survival. I want Arcana.
Oh, good.
You're still doing that noise?
It's gonna be a 17.
Okay. You do feel the influence of her magic hitting your brain. It's just to keep you focused.
Miss
Dear.
Ezzy.
It's Esmeralda. Once we get to the school.
Right. Miss Esmeralda, I got this.
Yes.
We'll be fine. It'll just be fine. Got this farm.
It's all going to be fine.
You know how nervous I get with new people, though? They don't tend to like me sometimes.
Well, you're going to have to either grow past it or work through that. You're going to have other classmates. I can't guarantee this one's going to be in the same house as you, though, so...
Maybe. What if she is? Is it a she or is it a he? Maybe it's a they. Maybe they will be in my house. That'll be great. Let's go.
It's a she, but...
Okay. Good.
You make your way to the farm, and there in... It's both more beautiful than you expected it to be. You've read about this in books, and you see different farm animals.
Oh my gosh!
and
Can I go pet
different
them?
mechanics. No, dear, no. We're on a mission. Kendra, you see Esmeralda, red tiefling, wave to you and opens a gate through some of the farmlands. I believe
at
your
this point, I
parents-
kind of go behind Esmeralda.
I believe your parents have talked to you about joining the Hellsing Tower. I'm here to give you your official invitation.
Yay!
if you accept this, and your parents should have already approved, this is, you guys will be on a ship here in about a couple hours, half a day, something like that.
I can pack quick.
Ship with the red sail. I don't trust this one to find your way there, but you're pretty good moving through the city. So, this is Clementine.
Hi.
I don't know what you will get picked for your houses, but I have a feeling you two will have a special bond, regardless of house. And, yeah, once you make your way to the ship,
Your smile.
there should be a different colored rooms depending on your house. Just make your way to the right one. I need to go speak to some of the other farmers for some procurements for some of the other teachers. But you can make your way to the city, the ship's paid for. And Esmeralda starts walking past and
Bye, Miss Esmeralda.
she tatas her hand and doesn't look back.
I promise I'm her favorite, but she's never gonna admit it.
Are you
I'm a
ready to go
lot
to
of
the ship?
fun. Huh?
Are you ready to go to the ship?
Yes.
Okay.
Red sail.
Yes. That's it.
Perfect. See, I knew I could do this. Let's go. Can I pet any of the animals on the farm?
Just not the cow.
Why can't I pet the cow? He's the cutest one.
The cow can be a little scary.
Okay. The rest of them are fine though?
Yeah.
Okay. So, as we walk out, you'll let me pet one.
Go ahead and roll
Perfect.
nature.
Oh, nature. Actually, nature's
Both
better.
of you.
Nature's better than
I got animal handling, so
16. 16.
Oh, this works perfectly for what I had in my head. You see how excitable she is, and it's startling a lot of the animals. So you point her to a little pond that you have, and there's a duck, and so you figure the duck's probably the safest. The horse can get a little kicky if it's startled by excitable, but she finds you a mallard, and
Oh my gosh, he's so pretty. I love him.
it's the greens that you read about in your books about the Emerald Sea and all of that. So
Oh, he knows you so well. I love it.
It likes little scratches on
Oh
it.
my gosh, okay. Oh, little scratches on his head. Oh. Do we have to go?
Yes.
Okay.
We're gonna go learn a lot.
duck waddles away after some pets.
Okay, let's go to the ship. That'd be great.
Go ahead and both roll survival. The city, even though you have been entrusted, is still.
That was crazy.
Don't worry, I got this.
You got this.
Natural 20 for 21.
Nice
I
job.
have a 10.
Yeah, she starts wandering down random paths, and you're used to herding
I'm
animals,
pretty sure it
so
goes
you
this way.
you start
Nope.
gently grabbing
You
your
just need to get
shoulder
like a
and
foot.
all
Yeah,
this.
yeah, this way, you're right.
Just like, this is the part where we look up what a herd of
Okay,
squirrels is
yeah.
called.
I love it.
And eventually you make your way down to the docks.
There's like the best little candy store down this way though.
We gotta get to the ship.
That's right.
We can make the squirrels call.
We're gonna enjoy this, but
Screw your squirrels.
there's gonna be so many schedules, and I've gotten to really learn whenever I feel like it. It's gonna be hard.
You both arrive to the ship, and the room marked purple is there for your.
So I'm House Robin.
Ooh.
Oh my goodness. So this will be perfect. We're fine.
Last week.
And then the
What
ship's
happens if we go in
apart.
one of the other rooms
What
though?
it's called, I guess.
I don't know. I don't want to find out though.
No, what?
A shiver.
I don't know. Some of them. I mean, I don't want to go into certain colors, but the Akar groups, they're pretty sweet. We could just kind of go in and
I
see what
say
their
make
room looks
friends
like.
with one of them first, and then.
That's a good point. Okay, never mind. I think I need to change her to chaotic good instead of just.
Yeah.
With that, we'll get back to you guys. All your ships have departed and are heading with the other students to the Hellsing Tower. Now we're going to go back in time, approximately
This is Dave. Dave
Six.
hates you.
6 years before.
It's Dave.
Oh, cool!
I've had him since August 16th, 2022.
I was right. Dave
Taxi
hates
driver?
you.
Did
Sorry.
Did you actually
Continue
taxi
again.
him that way or no?
So it's just Dave?
I found
This
it.
is 6
So-
years
so
prior
that's
to
just
the events
Dave?
that just happened.
Oh. So it's not just Dave.
Wait till you meet me.
It's not just Dave.
No, that's not.
Are we 6 years prior to us just meeting, you mean?
I'm about to read the second half of
Oh,
what
got it,
was
I follow.
supposed to. I'm just waiting.
And
for
the
a second.
first one was how many years?
You don't know.
Oh,
That's just a lore drop.
got it.
Mm-hmm.
Damn it.
Knowledge.
The Hellsing Tower held the most powerful, the most wise, and the most talented of the mages. True magic had been fading with each generation, and the remaining of those with power gathered here. The tower was made of a shining white marble that spiraled into the clouds and overwatched the cascading white caps of the sea. The first of the mages had fled to this place from the prosecution of the settlers of Mursta, and had their might raised stone from the sea to build their island. No plants grew there, and windows open from every angle gave warning to wayward strangers. The Hellsing Tower is home to all races. The only commonality was magic. Many of the mages were limited to one particular branch of magic, and stayed in a house of the fortress corresponding to their strength. These houses corresponded to the differences in magic and personalities of the wielders. No, I'm missing the text. In the top of this tower of Hellsing, the Grand Enchanter, late at night, was lighting candles in an unoccupied corner of the tower. As she walked, lighting the area, she rounded towards the stairs to head down to some lower levels after hearing the clashing of thunder outside, and immediately ran into... "Oh, Rictus!" she gasped in surprise. "I was not expecting to see you here." She laughed quietly before looking into his hawkish eyes and remembering what she had forgotten. "Oh, I was hoping to find you and talk about the letter you sent me," she continued. "Had I not been away for some time, I would have seen it earlier. Now, what was it you wanted me to see?" Rictus was a large man, but one of few words. He did not take time for formalities in interactions with others. "Shalom, something is going to happen of great importance," he said. "That was a fail," he said, motioning for her to follow him. "It will be significant, particularly for our small circle of Telemari." Shalom was not surprised by what he was saying. Telemari were an old home for the school of thunder of lightning. Those who could wield it held unimaginable power, and who were feared in legends for the might of a god. The very tower they were in was sacred for that reason, though it had been empty for long. It held strength and wisdom, unparalleled by any other magic. Only 3 people were capable of using this magic at all, and Rictus Woodsworn was one of the 3 who could actually form all 3 special arcs of lightning. Bella Hubes was the second, though her power was minimal. She could statically charge items. In her younger years, she had been pranked by many other students with the minuscule power. The third was an old man named Nickham. He looked ancient, perhaps even older than the books he pored over. Though he claimed fame in duels in his youth, he could not prove that he had held significant power he spoke of. Instead, he spent much of his time in limited powers on shaping prophecies. Nickham has uncovered something. "It's the brightest occurrence we have ever seen," Rictus said. "I request that this be held to the highest oath of secrecy." Shalom nodded and said, "You have my word." The tower grew cooler as they continued to the top. They pushed through the wide oak door to the small room. "Ah, Shalom, my dear," Nickham croaked. His voice was old and kindly, and he was like a grandfather to her. "It's good to see your beautiful face. May I offer some tea?" "Normally I would take you up on such a sweet offer, but as you know, I'm here for the prophecy." Nickham smiled, his eyes gleaming sharply, and he turned to his desk. Everything in the room was a mess, notes and pages scattered along the bookshelves, and everything was feebly lit by a spill of candles spread unevenly through the room. Food trays were scattered on the floor, and a small cot in the corner was disheveled. I found in my notes an important sequence of alignments of the mystics, he muttered while shuffling the room. I am, for the first time, afraid of what is to come. Events will come that are beyond our scope. Since the disappearance of Severian, we are, for once, on our own. I cannot say what will come of it. He looked up from his notes and stared into nothingness. Everyone in the room held their breath. The patrons, they tell me today something should happen here, that we... Boom! The door to the little room slams open, cutting off the rest of Micom's words. Startled, Shalom stood whatever was coming through the door, pulling out a sword of flame inside her hand. She immediately dismissed it as it was one of the couriers that wandered the grounds. Her spark of anger subsided when she looked in the face of a youth, a very novice that had been on the island for a very small amount of time. They immediately had a shocked and contorted, fearful expression. My lady, I'm so sorry, he began, stuttering. We need you at the docks. He turned quickly and started sprinting down the stairs. Shalom and Rictus started following closely, and Micom, grabbing a cane, started to make his way clacking down the stairs. What is happening, boy? She demanded. He called back. The ocean. The ocean's boiling. We do not know what is happening. We can feel all the strength of the power that is accumulating there. They continued to run till they made their way out of the tower. When they arrived at the dock, the rocks around were shifting slightly. It was crowded as many students and different faculty had made their way to the beach. Salam had never felt such power here, her being the high artificer of the tower. She had never felt like anything close to this power ever before. In the boiling sea, in the mouth of this seaport, this dock, lightning cracked and hits the water, white wisp of smoke spraying everywhere. Shalom grabbed into some of her magical energy and attempted to calm some of the storms using some shape water, and everything seemed to flatten for a second, and a final big thundering arc of lightning hit almost in a still frame, hitting the ocean. In the midst of this lightning bolt, as it disappeared and the flash from everybody's eyes disappeared, a young girl who couldn't have even been 10, with long red hair, almost as long as her body, seaweed wrapped along her bare skin, stepped outside of the waters and came up to the shore. Behind her, dragging a sword, the child, exhausted, simply looked up and stared at Shalom. Shalom looked to the child and saw a curious thing. Underneath her brilliant red hair were violet eyes, and Shalom saw the thunder of vengeance in this young girl's gaze. All right, Axel and Blythe. I need you to roll a survival check, add it together,
Oh, fuck, I'm sorry.
and actually all your pairs do the same thing.
We're just gonna
Survival checks?
say sorry now.
I don't have a one, so.
I have a 6.
17.
I got a 4.
18 then.
21.
We got
Wow.
18.
13.
Yeah,
Oh
strong
wait, did I
18.
tell you
Yeah.
30.
I
So
didn't-
together we
You
got
say
12.
No, that's what I was saying. I
So
should-
34.
We're not very tactical.
Okay, so I heard 12. I think it's Lois who's...
Hold on, 12 altogether?
Yeah.
We're 23.
34.
Nice.
18.
18.
So 12,
18.
18.
23.
Okay.
Pointing at us for 12. He's pointing at us for 12.
34.
34.
34. Your ship makes expedient amount of speed, and you have smooth sailing.
Thank goodness, because I think I hate this whole boat. I don't like the rocking.
Me either.
The underground never shakes like this. I don't like it.
You guys had a clear day, and you see some other ships behind you, but you were the first to dock, and before you, you see a white marble tower that seems to grow into the sky, something that the City of Hope would never have crafted. While the Fae do have homes, they don't typically have things that have to reach for a sky full of clouds. For you, the closest thing you've seen is a 2-story dwarven fortress. This thing is massive as far as it reaches, and there are no mushrooms on the side of it.
What is it?
I don't like it. I don't know.
Beside it is a a black tower that is still tall, but seems smaller in comparison. You see some milling of some different species of young people out in the yard, onlooking from a yard above where the docks sit.
Should we go introduce ourselves? Do you think someone will meet us?
Do you think there's any mushrooms that grow nearby? I'd rather go pick those.
What's a mushroom?
Well, this is a mushroom, and this is a mushroom, and this is a mushroom.
Those are the mushrooms.
This is a mushroom.
Well, I think you have to go somewhere that looks more like where I found you to find those.
Oh, well, do you think the ship will take me back then?
I don't think that's the point.
By the time you guys get off the dock and you're discussing mushroom semantics, another dock arrives, and you see these 2 celestial type beings walk off that are the ship. I believe you 2 are next.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. I've read so many books. This is exactly what the pictures look like. Let's go. I don't know where
You've
first.
never seen a tower of this. Well, you've seen a couple towers in Osmos, but not usually being in the farmlands. You've also not been in a coastal side of Osmos, so this is kind of new.
It smells so odd.
Salt in the air, not farm.
Huh. I guess it does. I never would have thought about it. Also, never would have thought about it. Huh.
Being at least, I think Aasimar are medium, right?
Yeah, we're medium size.
You almost walk right into a flying, flitting fae, which you've read about.
Yeah.
You've
Oh
never
my
seen
gosh.
something, and then there's this weird, like, covered in mushrooms being that's on the docks.
Do
And
I
they're-
hear him talking about mushrooms?
You hear they talking about
Or them.
semantics on what mushrooms are, and you see them pulling out mushrooms and showing it off to this fairy that's assumedly
This
flying.
one, when you eat it, it makes you trip balls.
You
I'm
don't
sorry,
know what balls
what?
are and what tripping
No,
is.
it just
but
gives you like funny vision, and then it makes you think that people are attacking you. Then
You know about mushrooms?
Well,
Yeah,
I've
I
read
know
about it,
about
and that
mushrooms.
looks like the one that is described. They're gone. Where did they go?
Hi, I'm Burgi Wetfoot. What's your name?
Clementine?
Clementine.
Yeah. Or
Very
you can
nice.
call me Bixby. That's my last name, and I
Bixby.
kind of like it.
You are
Bixby.
big.
No, Bix.
Oh, Bixby.
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 Or Clementine. Not Clemmy. Clemmy sounds like Flemmy, and I don't like that. So,
You're watching
Clementine.
this
Do you know if they grow any mushrooms here?
Yeah.
There are some mushrooms here. Not like in this vicinity, but I think according to the books that there's a forest, and I like kind of point where I think
You
the
had me,
forest-
show me, and I immediately get behind
No,
you,
no,
start
no.
trying to push you.
No, wait. I don't think that's where we're supposed to go though.
I'm trying to
No, wait,
push her in the
wait.
direction.
You guys-
Take me to the
Let's
mushrooms.
wait for people to tell us where we're supposed to go.
Yeah, that
I know where I'm supposed to
We
go.
should be following the rules.
Ezzy would not like it if I went into the forest right now.
Oh, but you said it's in the forest?
Yeah, but the forest isn't.
Oh, cool! And I started walking away.
Stop him! I just kind to pick him up.
I don't like this game.
I don't like it either. I put you down and I'm so sorry. But we don't go in the forest right now.
I'm gonna turn into a cat.
Oh no. Oh wait. Okay. I like pick the cat up.
Oh, no, I try and like worm out of it.
Let's not pick up our new friends.
Oh, yeah, that's a smart idea.
You
We should
immediately
leave them
get
on
off
the
the docks, and the ground is familiar to the Underdark because it's stone. But you already get the sensation that there is no mushrooms or vegetation really anywhere in walking, seeing distance for you right now.
Yeah, that's
Alright.
why I was like, the forest, but it's far.
As you get
Oh,
off the docks, you
shit.
turn around and you see another ship arrive.
And it's probably these two.
It is those
So
two.
many ships.
We're not.
I thought we were the only ship, I'm not gonna lie. I'm so confused at how many ships there are.
You having been from Elm's Fall, in Osmos, you would see some traders that were of human or elf, but they tend to stick to Mursta, which you've read about. You being on a farm, never
Never.
seen them. You've never seen Aasimar, you've never seen humans, you've never seen gnomes, you've never seen elves. Though
What about me?
you're not there yet.
I know.
The closest thing that you do recognize actually is the elf because the Lady Light has some elvish features.
Well, we look very human.
Yes, I know.
Yeah. I just have very,
Sparkly.
yeah, my freckles are very, like, they look like glitter. Like, I have just glitter cheeks.
You two roll up to
Roll up. Oh,
Aasimar, picking up a gnome who immediately transforms into a
And then
cat.
I drop the cat, and then he's like, no,
The cat runs away,
So
and then
sorry.
very in cat form, like turns around and like licks itself. These are the first
I think
people
we're
that
all
you've seen
students.
outside of the orc,
Right?
and this guy and the captain.
I'd say once I'm away, I
got a letter.
get
Did
back
you get
into
a
the
letter?
gnome.
You wanna?
I got a
You wanna
letter.
go say hi?
Did you get a letter?
Shift back into the gnome.
We could try.
You gotta go
I don't
to
know.
school.
We're gonna be able to communicate with these things.
Oh, we should try.
I
Hi.
look like you. Like I do. I don't look that different than you.
What are
We'll be
you?
that close.
Say hi.
We'll be that close.
Say hi.
I don't
This
really
is a lot of
think
tall
we're
folk.
on them.
You're at the
Yeah,
dock,
I mean, we look the most different from these two.
walking off the gangplank.
You're one of them.
I'm starting to float
Yeah,
a little
I'm
higher. Fly a little bit higher. So that I'm higher like
Eye level.
eye level with everyone.
But your feet are like
Yeah,
at our
in
knees.
case you're curious, I'm 3'1".
Oh my gosh, you're just a little guy. Just a little fun guy.
Little fun guy.
I don't know.
Did you get letters too?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, we got those.
He's purple. You see right on this page.
Oh, yeah, but I'm actually orange.
You're in our house. We're in purple too.
Oh,
Yeah.
cool.
So you're gonna be with us. It'll be so much fun. We can study all night long.
Actually,
You see-
I wouldn't mind that.
okay.
Right? It's gonna
Whatever
be
you
so
say.
fun.
I think you're gonna
My
want to stay
ears
close
are
to
all-
me. You
Okay.
seem okay. All right.
No, I think yeah.
She got 2 letters.
You have 2 letters.
I have his letter. I was worried he'd lose it.
I
He
got
seems very
He got a
reliable.
letter.
He has mushrooms.
Sounds
Yeah.
like you're in the
mushrooms
house.
to
That
feed, like,
sounds wonderful.
All of us.
No,
This
these
is
are my mushrooms.
What is
Yeah,
feed?
it sounds.
It's
excited to meet
what
them.
you do
Yeah, you
to
guys
eat.
gonna have so much.
You have to
fun.
feed somebody or
Yes.
something.
What else you want?
Not
Putting
the
food into your
purple
mouth.
one.
Nourish your body.
Oh gosh. this
She
is
makes
way-
weird sounds when she sleeps.
Oh, really?
I learned
That's
from
so
him.
funny. I don't know how he sleeps, but
He sounds like he can't breathe. It's kind of like a.
That's what she was doing all night. Kept waking me up.
The last ship arrives, and Princess, you see that you're the last ship. Also, your new roommate's been playing non-stop flute the whole time that you've been on this ship for about 3 days.
I've been reading the book, but haven't turned a single page. Like, obviously not reading, just like holding the book.
Is it
and
upside
just-
down too?
Sure, yeah, like, it's just like
her
facing the wrong
her
way,
bottom
it's
lip
upside
is a little
down.
bit bloody on the
Right,
inside.
just like,
You arrive on this dock and you see this gathering of people, and you immediately know that your ship didn't do as you expected, and it arrived last, not first.
Finally, I can get away from this drivel.
Oh, we're here!
Finally, hopefully back to some civilization. Hello, you.
Ooh, who are you guys?
Other students.
What-
Do you all have your letters?
What
as
color
well?
are you?
She's
What do you
pink.
mean?
I'm assuming that's your skin color. It's like
As a halfling, like just kinda
yeah,
normal.
skin tone. Yeah,
Yeah, skin
she's
tone.
pink.
No. Your letter. What's the color? What's the color of your letter?
Of course, the house of Drage.
Ooh, me
As-
too, me too.
My family and their parents have all been through. I take it y'all all have family heritages connected
You know
to
I
this
do.
place?
You know I do.
This place.
No, not
My
this
family
one.
like to step in puddles.
I don't look at you. I'm always looking like right above you, like usually like in passing.
You're barely taller.
I'm barely taller
You're
than
barely
you.
taller.
I always look like just over you.
It feels like
My name's Burgi Wetfoot.
that's gonna be this type of campaign, dude.
Pass.
We're gonna have so much fun.
Oh, you're so great.
Quite the weird collection, I see.
If you want to see a weird connection, you should look in my
Why do your
bag.
hands go like this?
You only
It's a
That's
sense of
no.
refinement, dear.
It's a symptom. I think she ate one of the mushrooms that make you like.
Do you talk with them?
Mushrooms?
There are some cultures that speak only with their hands. Do you speak with your hands?
Oh, I can try.
No, I don't speak with
I speak
my
sign language.
hands.
I'm confused.
Thank you for
Was that
asking.
speaking with
Why does the
her
neck
hands?
go like side?
I believe
You
that's
collect
attitude,
mushrooms?
but I don't know.
Those
You still
are
look entitled.
Do we all have
dirt.
attitude? Are we all supposed to be like
Exactly.
No.
Ew.
No.
You,
But they also grow
you
in
still
rocks
look
and
entitled. You might
stone
wanna
and
fix that.
trees. And I even have some growing inside of my
I need to
jacket.
call him Bear.
You look at there's like little like fungus driplings on the inside of the jacket.
Please stay away from me. That's disgusting.
More for me.
children. You see a older black-haired
It's Sever's thing. Who is that?
No,
Who are you?
I would know his real name though, wouldn't I?
Severus
And I would be like, oh my gosh, it's.
Dumbledore.
And I would say,
Severus Snape.
it's a
Snape.
Severus.
it's an elf. He has long black hair and a gray beard. I am Rictus Woodsworn.
oh my gosh.
You will be following me into the hall, where we will go over some basic rules, and then we will allow you to go to your house rooms for the rest of the night. The head mage is not here yet, and she will be speaking to you on the morrow. For now, please follow me.
Where's the carriages?
Did I give you permission to speak?
No.
Then don't.
But
He turns
I
around and
can't
starts
walk
walking.
that far. I need a carriage. Excuse me.
I start skipping.
You just
I start skipping after him.
I'm gonna keep.
Fine.
I'm fine.
As I'm walking, I'm gonna try and like flick off little spores to hopefully like.
I start playing my
start
flute as
playing.
well.
Yeah.
Sitting down after him.
Mentally, I'm planting mushrooms as I go, but really, I'm just like flicking little spores off that aren't gonna do anything.
I'm making sure that I have Berg in my sight so that he doesn't get lost on the way.
he starts teetering a couple times, but you like grab him by the hood and
Pull him back.
Yeah, I was gonna say I'll probably be one of the last ones because I'll watch everybody go by and I'll be like, I'm gonna be
grab
like,
her by the hood.
Yeah, I'm like hiding behind.
right.
I'll be just in front of them too.
Looks like
I
you're
don't
stuck
know
with
how to play
princess.
Well,
Oh, good.
That's gonna go well.
You're the last two to leave because these all kind of skip off and togger off. And
Can you believe we don't even have servants here? Unbelievable.
You probably should pack lighter.
I couldn't pack anything. I could just. We just were swept away in our carriage and now we're here. And that was a horrible boat ride. Horrible.
I thought the docking was worse.
I yell behind me at Princess, you are still entitled!
And I deserve to be. I'm entitled to everything before me. I could buy.
You're also a
this whole
spoiled
place.
brat!
Oh my gosh, this girl is a nuisance. Can you believe I might have to be stuck with her? Actually,
You
Are
can
we-
be housed with all of them.
no. Wait, which tower will be mine?
Everything is hers, no matter what.
Which do you think I'll get the top
So-
half?
Hopefully it's not in mine.
Dear diary.
Excuse me, sir.
Seriously,
excuse me?
diary, and I'm like,
I talked all about his mushroom friend.
Excuse me, sir. How long is this going to take? I told my mushroom friends I'd be back tomorrow. Sir. Sir.
I don't think you're gonna make it back tomorrow.
I may have
For-
But they're having a tea
we're gonna be
party.
here and
Oh.
learn, and it'll
Maybe
be more
you can
fun
have
here.
a tea party here with the mushrooms you brought with you.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure there's like a magical class where you can like learn how to grow things, and you can just do it there.
Do we have to
My favorite.
touch them?
Yeah.
Yes, you're gonna have to touch them. Woo! I see a bunny walk by. Woo, bunny!
You
Don't
guys
worry,
make it
most
to
of them are safe to touch.
the start of the White Tower, and Rictus
Most.
taps his cane to
Not
the
all.
door, and it pushes inwards, and that's where we're going to end session 0 for the night, and your introduction to the Hellsing Tower. Thank you for joining me.
Yippee! Oh boy.
That'd be fun.
I love how I called you an entitled princess and spoiled brat.